ShinRobjira.
What's going on there, friends and neighbors? ShinRobjira here. I don't know how to pronounce Criterion correctly, and I apologize for that. My mistake. My life is a lie. Anyway, welcome to Godzilla season. It's going to be a month-long marathon of Godzilla figure reviews, random Godzilla content like tier lists, maybe even a couple live streams here and there. Yes, everybody, Rob's Godzilla Room Reviews is back. And we are starting up a brand new arc. An arc that didn't exist until a couple of months ago. We are starting up the Plushie arc. So most of this arc is going to be a bunch of remakes, so I figure I'd start out this arc with something that I haven't really shown off on this channel, and that is the Godzilla Toy Vault plush toy. And hey, look at this, I even got the tag right here. The tag features artwork from Godzilla comic book artist god, Matt Frank. We have a little bit of a read-up over here, but anyway, let's take a look at the Toy Vault Godzilla plush toy. So this is a very nice and very detailed plush toy. I know detail when it comes to plush toys is somewhat of a taboo term, maybe, but we have all the different lines on Godzilla's face finely stitched into it, and oh dear, Godzilla's giving us the stink eye! Yeah, unfortunately, this is the main defect with mine, that his eye was applied and stitched onto the brow piece instead of below the brow piece, so my Godzilla's got a bit of a stink eye going. I really don't mind. I mean, I only paid like 20 bucks for this thing. I feel it gives him character, so he's his own Godzilla. But anyway, the stitching on the head is fantastic. Again, we have the lines on his face. We have separation for the nose and the brow. He's even got his little ears over here. And of course, the row of dorsal spikes, not plates, because apparently dorsal plates are something that's put into your arm to fix it. Yeah, the dorsal spines start right at Godzilla's nose. And I really do love that the brows are very accentuated, like they're very, very strong. Aside from this one, I have a feeling I might be able to fix that, but I don't want to this up any more than it already is. Don't worry, Godzilla, I'll only film you from your good side. So the teeth on this plush toy, they're a little bit of a rougher material. They're not as soft as the rest of the plush is. The tongue is this thin piece of material as well. The inside of Godzilla's mouth is black or gray, whatever you would like to call it. It's very nice. Normally when you see, like, you know, a mouth on a plush toy, normally everything's kind of like sewn into place, or these are just like white. But with this, no, it's a completely different material and they look like teeth. I mean, I think they could have been cut a little bit deeper there to further signify more teeth, but, you know. Moving on to Godzilla's chest, as you can see, there is more fantastic stitching. Kind of looks like Godzilla's got boobs. I think overall, when it comes to this thing, the stitching is like the main star of it, because without the stitching, I feel a lot of things would kind of just be lost in an amorphous, soft Godzilla-shaped blob. So I give Toy Vault a lot of credit because the stitching on the neck, the chest, the waist, the pectorals and everything, it looks fantastic. And we have Godzilla's hands over here with that, I don't know what to call this material, but it's nice and smooth. It's kind of like leather, but it's clearly not leather. I know that it has a specific name, but these claws were done very, very well. Normally on Godzilla plushies, the nails, the claws, and everything would probably be the same material as the teeth. So the fact that Toy Vault went out of their way to give us something different for the nails is much appreciated. And look at that, there's even more stitching on the hands. Fantastic. Looking at Godzilla's thunderous thighs, again, fantastic stitching, especially for the feet, the toes. The nails are going to be the same material as the claws that we were just looking at. Nothing but respect to you, Toy Vault. Y'all did a great job with this. And it's very, very soft, too. I feel like I should have said that earlier on in the video. But now we absolutely have to talk about the one area on a Godzilla anything that matters most, and that is the dorsal spikes. They're the same material as the rest of the plush toy, but they're filled with something a little bit more rough so they stand up straight. And I really, really like that they're clearly two different pieces that were just stitched in the shape of the dorsal. So from the base of Godzilla's neck all throughout his back to the base of Godzilla's tail, maybe a little bit further than the base of the tail, you're going to get these 3D dorsals. I especially love the center row of these dorsal because they're just so big and they're jagged looking, and as you can see, they do stay in place. You know, they don't really like have too big of a lean to them. I mean, okay, yeah, I was lying. There is a bit of a lean to them. Well, that's because this guy's been on a shelf for however long. But yeah, the dorsal will stop right here, and then they will go back to the material that you saw on top of Godzilla's head all the way to the tip of the tail. And in talking about the tip of the tail, second verse, same as the first. I love the stitching. I love that it was segmented, and I love that it wasn't just, you know, flopped out straight. No, there's a bit of a curve to it and everything. Fantastic attention to detail, Toy Vault. Now, you might think that's it. but I like to surprise people who actually stay here for more than a minute, because this is not the only plush toy I'm going to be talking about in this video. Because up next, I'm going to be taking a look at the Toy Vault Mini Godzilla Plush. Holy shit. Godzilla looks like he's having an existential crisis. Does he even have another eye? Okay, yeah, he has another eye. Wowzers. I forgot just how sad this little guy looked. So on this tag, we have a full cutout version of Godzilla with the tag hole going through his eye. Wow, how fitting. As you can see, it says Godzilla Origins Mini Godzilla, and down here it says Toy Vault. And on the back, you get like a little bit of a read-up on Godzilla. So with this adorably depressed-looking Mini Godzilla plush toy, you're going to get a lot of what you got with the bigger plush toy. Only this one has a nice little hook on his head, so you can hang him on stuff. So you're going to get the same rough material for the teeth. You are not going to get a tongue in his mouth, though. You are going to get stitching to help differentiate different parts of Godzilla, like this nose or his brows or his eyes. His eyes aren't even plastic this time around. They're actually just a piece of felt with stitching in the middle. And looking at this guy from, oh boy, one eye was definitely stitched higher than the other one. Yikes. I mean, this is the mini one. So the arms are kind of like stuck in this Frankenstein's monster position. It's going to be the same material as the other plush toys' claws. You're going to get that. Same on the toes. A little less, I don't even think, no, these aren't even filled. They're just kind of thrown on there. But this does have some nice stitching for a tiny plush toy that was clearly meant to be the budget version of the bigger one. The dorsal plates are going to be thin, like we're used to seeing on newer Godzilla plushies these days. Still some very nice stitching on the chest, on the tail. The dorsal plates are going to be this thin material, so they're not going to be 3D like the bigger one is. And what year was this released? 2011! Yikes, my age is showing. Yeah. Officially licensed by Toho. All new material, choking hazard. And that is pretty much that, everybody. I wanted to kick off the new arc for Rob's Godzilla Room reviews in somewhat of a big way by showing something that I haven't made a solo video for. Again, most of this arc is going to be remakes of things that I've done in the past, but a few of the ones that I'm going to be remaking, I definitely feel are in need of that remake, so I hope you'll enjoy that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come to look forward to all of the content I am going to be making this month. I know I missed Godzilla's birthday on Sunday. Believe me, I was really hoping to get a video out, but as I always say, life found a way to get in the way, so I really couldn't do that yesterday. But I have been ShinRobjira. I do hope you enjoyed. This was my review for the two Toy Vault Godzilla plush toys. Why don't you let me know in the comment section down below if you have these, if you've seen these, if you've never heard them before, anything at all. Comment them down below and tell me stuff. I will see you all on Friday with a tier list video that is themed around Godzilla, and starting next week, it's going to be Rob's Godzilla Room reviews on Monday and on Friday with a random video and or stream in the middle of the week. Not gonna go too crazy because, you know, I am only human. But yeah, until next time, everybody, I will see you all then and there. Bye.